Reviewers, this episode of the JB and Benny Blue Review podcast is brought to you by our fine sponsors, starting with Brave New Urban. Brave New Urban is the design studio with the entrepreneur in mind. Visit bravenewurban.com to learn about their web design and logo design services, or just simply look at the great work that they lace us with on our new logo and branding. That's right. Go to bravenewurban.com and use promo code THEREVIEW and get 30% off your first project. Go to bravenewurban.com and use promo code THEREVIEW to get 30% off your first project. And of course, we are brought to you by Pacific Home Buyers. Have you inherited a home or property? Are you going through pre-foreclosure? Pacific Home Buyers helps homeowners in all 50 states get cash. That's right, cash for their homes. And their deals close within 7 to 14 business days. Visit PACHomebuyers.com. That's PACHomebuyers.com. Or call 323-963-3417. That's 323-963-3417 for more information on how they can help you get cash for your home today. Woo! Let's go. 45, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
Yankees, baby!
Whoa, shit. What happened?
Just cranking it up. Just cranking it up. It's Sunday.
Yeah.
Today's Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. What is it? Is this July? Not July. Fuck July. August the 4th? Is it the 4th?
Correct.
Day the 4th?
Yep.
August the 4th. We are in our third, I think, series of the baseball season with Boston, and we are up 3-0. They are in the city of New York, and we're kicking that ass. Right now, we got a rain delay on this Sunday. We got a rain delay. The weather out there in the greater Northeast is a little moist.
Wouldn't be baseball without a rain delay. Jesus.
That's right. It's not. This game ain't boring enough already. Shit.
Goddamn.
But guess what? It is August the 4th, and we are that much closer to football season. And you are listening to the JB and Benny Blue Review.
Ooh.
What episode is this, bro? What episode is this?
Episode
125.
That would be. I think you're right.
125.
I think you're right. And he is right. Episode 125. God damn it, JB and Benny Blue Review podcast.
125, all the way live.
Yep. Thank you very much for rocking with us. We are available on all streaming platforms. JBandBennyBlueReview.com for all past episodes, all that shit, merch, all that good shit. We have a new merch announcement coming here mid-show. We are also going to break down, of course, as JB said, we are basically a month away, a little under a month away, really, from foosball season. Your boy will be out there in the greater desert area.
Come on, baby.
Back to what we're going to call the scene of the crime, if you will, allegedly.
I told my man the other day, I was like, I got to get tickets to that Detroit game.
Oh, yeah, we're in there.
My guy going to come through. You know what I mean?
By hook or by crook, we're in there.
By crook.
Make way, State Farm. We're coming in week 1. So, yeah, man, we're that much closer. So, we're on the last 2 of our bi-weekly schedule before we come back to you with savage picks, all that good shit. Word. So, we got announcements. We got shit to get you prepared for, get you hyped for, all that good shit, man. So again, we appreciate you rocking with us. And listen, if your favorite baseball team is going through a rain delay, pop in them earbuds and rock with us. Goddamn it! That's how it is. You gotta stay productive. Exactly.
Five finger reviews.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
All 5
on iTunes. Show us love, man. We see that, man. We shout you out. You know what I'm saying? We love our people. You know what I'm saying? We ain't really been checking that in a while, so that's why we ain't really been hollering at our people like that.
But all 5 stars, please believe. All the reviews that we got, all 5 stars.
Yeah, every review that we've got.
Understand what time it is?
Thus far is a 5-star. You know what I'm saying? And if you really just want to holler, give them that number, Benny. They can hit us up, man.
Oh, the Savage Hotline is 818-850-2804. Who? Mike Jones, 818-850-2804. Leave us a message, comment, concern, hate mail. It doesn't matter, goddamn it. Hell, ladies, if you want to turn it into some freaky talk, we welcome that too. You know what I'm saying?
Girl sick shit, yeah, man. I'll let your dog. We out here. You know what I'm saying? We up the corner around the block. You know what I'm saying? Always in arm's length.
Yes.
From where you need to be, you know what I'm saying? We always where we need to be when we need to be there.
Correct. And we always want to make sure that we're touching the people with things that they care about. Yeah. Now, as JB will tell you, and something that we talked about when we started this fine podcast and as it's gone along,
Right.
we never wanted to be known as what I would call a broadcast.
No.
If you don't know what a broadcast is, that's dudes who just, there's like 10 people on the mic and they're all hooting and hollering about Antonio Brown and all this shit. Or one of them damn talking head shows. We never wanted to be that. Reviewers, you know this show is rooted in the NFL, in football, in sports in general.
Right.
But we're never afraid to talk about some relevant shit and try to give you as much good free game as we can. Something you can really take with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So as JB said, today is Sunday, August 4th.
Right.
And unless you've been living under a rock, it's been kind of a hard weekend, man. I've certainly been kind of down about it. I'm pretty sure the Bizzle Man has been feeling it in his own way because we've talked about it on this show. And that's the issue of gun violence, particularly mass shootings. First and foremost, it goes without saying from the entire review, our prayers, thoughts, and condolences to those affected in El Paso and in Dayton. JB, I personally want to shout out a couple people. First, I want to shout out my girl, Jenny Robbins. She's a fantastic comedian from El Paso out here, always repping El Paso hard, always going back to El Paso to do show. Shout out to my guy Nico out there as well, another fantastic comedian. I know she's feeling it. I haven't talked to her about it just yet because I know it's obviously very close to home, goes without saying. I also want to shout out our brother, even though he dresses like he was a security guard for state property. Our guy JC, Mr. JC Harris.
For sure.
He reps Dayton heavy. He's from there, and that was where the second shooting was. I guess earlier this morning at the time of this recording, or late last night. I'm not really sure.
Wow.
Now, listen, reviewers, we ain't gonna reiterate the news because we already know you get it every which way possible. Social media, YouTube, all that shit.
All that.
You know the blueprint. All right. It's an assault rifle. It's a deranged white male. Particularly with the cat in El Paso, seems to definitely be a supporter of Grand Wizard Donnie, as we call him on this fine recording.
Right. The orange man.
Yeah, the orange man, the orange pumpkin man. You already know what time it is with the blueprint. We wanted to touch on a couple of things on this as it relates to a couple additional layers. And actually, JB and I, we always try to check in on each other and have a good conversation before we even get into podcast business.
Right.
And we understand that this is definitely a mental health issue because, listen, different people try to blame video games. Different people try to blame the information that we receive. But ultimately, it's how you as an individual accept and process that information and decide to do with it. Because we can hear the same crazy ass shit that drives some of these cats, but are we gonna go out and do all that shit? Hell fucking no. But we hear that information that would somehow, stem this sort of violent act.
Right.
So, as I mentioned, and I'm gonna let JB touch on this. We talked about this in our pattern production meeting. It's now that more and more people are recognizing and saying publicly that it is a white nationalist supremacy terrorist, however you want to frame it, issue. I'm glad more. And shout out to a couple of the Republican cats who are normally saying that. Again, we know we have all different types of affiliated people listening to our show, so we ain't going to get too deep with that. But it's good that people from both sides of the aisle, quote unquote, are starting to recognize and actually say what it is out loud.
Right.
The theme that is going overlooked is that a lot of these mostly young white males that are doing this are cats that kind of live what you would call on the fringes of our society. Meaning they can be kind of nerdy. A lot of them sometimes aren't really great in terms of the women or men if they're that persuasion department.
Whatever they prefer.
They feel it's a certain level of marginalization, and it's kind of dumbfounding to me that it seems to keep happening again. And obviously, we tend to be reactive to this, but we're not being proactive to that. So in terms of that type of person that's doing it, JB, is that kind of what you're seeing? And have you felt like you've encountered people in your life like that, especially being a coach, and felt compelled to kind of put your arm around them and say, look, man, like, I understand that you're feeling frustrated, you're feeling unheard. What can I do to try to communicate to you and make you feel a sense of want amongst your community.
Well, my thing is that, being a football coach, you see kids and, you talk to kids and you watch kids and I joke about this one, I'm not even going to say his name, but the first time I actually saw him, I told the guys, my guys, so my offensive line, I was like, 20 years from now, if I'm watching the news and I hear that there's been a mass shooting in Gilbert and his face pops up on the screen, I will not be surprised. You know what I'm saying? Because he's just one of those odd kids, who's he's always angry about something. Very socially awkward, but a good kid nonetheless. So just weird, misunderstood. And of course, kids are mean. They tease, like they tease each other and so on and so forth. And as I told you in our production meeting, Benny, like a lot of these kids are exiled, and then they take that on and they really accept that punishment that's basically been bestowed upon them by their peers. They're exiled, and then they get to the point where they're like, damn, I don't have anything. So they usually latch on to the easiest form of affection they can get, which in this case is hate, racism, you know what I'm saying? Things of this nature. And let's just be real, like a lot of these kids are raised like this, along with their social issues, you know what I'm saying? They're raised in a house that's raised to hate. That's taught to hate, you know what I'm saying? Anybody that doesn't look like or accept their values. So that's just icing on the cake for them to go out and do something as heinous as shoot a massive number of people that don't look like them or don't believe in what they believe in. It's just that's just what it is. And then you get the first part of it, it's like we're trying to inform the people about, is that it starts way farther down the line than what we see on the surface. Like, oh, he's a nationalist, you know what I'm saying? He's a racist. Yeah, he's that. But he's a whole lot more. Like, it's layers to this person that just committed this crime. And it ain't just the fact that he just, quote unquote, hates a certain group of people. He's been made to feel that he's nothing. That's just one way of looking at it. That's just one. That's not. And the reviewer's trust when I say it's not taking these people off the hook any kind of way, shape, form, or fashion.
Correct.
Because what they do is fucked up, and the reason they do it is fucked up. But we're just trying to make you guys understand that everything that grows has roots, right? You know what I'm saying? Everything that grows, you know what I'm saying, has roots. You know what I'm saying? Even, you know what I'm saying, like our DNA can be considered our roots. So you're putting that seed in the ground, and the roots that are being formed are the roots of exile, of misunderstanding, of self-hate, of self-pity, of depression, of anxiety, and then all that shit comes to a head along with the shit that he's been taught or she's been taught in their own home, and they take it out on somebody who they feel like, bam, I don't like these motherfuckers no way, so let me just go shoot this place up, and like I said, again, reviews, there's no excuse for what these people do. True, we're not making excuses for these people. We're just trying to make you see a different side of who they are. And again, I'm not the type, Benny, to when these people do something, like, I don't even look that far back, because at this point, you know what I'm saying, like, unless they're a teenage kid or something, you know what I'm saying, like, most of these people that commit these crimes are grown men, so I don't even look back that far, because at this point, you know what I'm saying, you've had time to adjust your feelings. You had time to learn who you are and express it in a different way than you grabbing a gun and just going to shoot people. You know what I'm saying? These are motherfuckers these are really nationalists and terrorists. You know what I'm saying? These are motherfucking these are the people that hate people that don't look and believe in what they believe in and look like. These are those people. The guy that shot the El Paso place up, yeah, he's one of those people, like we said. He's running around praising old Dick Stain Donald, like your boy called him. So, and again, he's fed into that narrative that Donald Trump has laid out for the United States of America, that basically Clayton Bigsby, you got hate in your heart, let it out. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we got more and more mass shootings, because Donald Trump has opened up that can of worms to allow people to hate openly. All right, it used to be taboo. Like, okay, you know, people just kind of coexisted. I don't really like this kind of people, but you know what? Fuck it. We all human beings. Let's live. You know what I'm saying? Not now. Now it's like, fuck you. You black, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? You Mexican, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? We are the master race. That's just kind of what it boils down to, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a sad, sad, sad situation. Like, extremely sad. Sad, sad, sad situation. But, you know, there are roots to these people. Evil is evil, and, you know, to do things like that is evil. But, you know, it has to be taught to a young person. Young people don't come in the world hating. They don't. They don't come in the world, you know what I'm saying, violent. That's just not how they come into the world. They come to the world loving. They come to the world a blank slate. And you learn certain things under your own roof and in your own household that shape and mold the person that you're going to be when you grow up. And then you add all the other shit that comes along with that, and you get a mass shooter. Sad.
Correct. And I think a big thing to do with it, outside of, you know, the anger, as you mentioned, feeling unwanted, and then being accepted by a, you know, an ideology such as, you know, one that you know, Orange Pumpkin Dumbass is you know, gaslighting for. Right. And I think a lot to do with this is, you know, is a certain, and it's fucked up, but I think a certain level to do with it is a certain level of fame that comes with it. Because I think, because this shit has been going on for so long, I think whether they are young men, older men, or in between or whatever, they see, if they really believe in these things, or for whatever their reasons are, they can, for them it's like, okay, now they feel like, in their own twisted way, they feel like that's in a way to kind of leave their mark. Right. Like, yeah, I did that shit. You know, whether they get killed or they, or, you know, of course, a lot of times they end up just going to jail for life.
Yeah, like dumbass, like the dude that did the El Paso thing. They showed him in the back of the squad car. I tweeted about it. I put my favorite little disbelief face. Little light skinned kid. Yeah, little light skinned kid with the what look, with the come on now look, come on son look.
Right.
Yeah. Oh look, he's in the back of a squad car. He's not dead, motherfucking bloody on the pavement.
Right. Taken in peacefully. So I mean, I think for especially the younger cats that have been doing it, I think for them it's like they're like, fuck it. I don't like this life that I'm living, so I'm gonna do this. Right. And then even if I get killed or go to jail for life, you know, they feel like they're gonna be up there in the ranks with the goddamn Mansons and Ted Bundys and Jeffrey Dahmers, and I'm sure that plays a part into it too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That gives, like you said, it gives them that fame. You know what I'm saying? That's fame. They want to be famous. So I'm gonna go kill a bunch of motherfuckers I don't like, and they're gonna remember my name.
Right. Exactly. Well, look, bro. Kind of wrapping up the segment before we go into our first break. We here at the review never like to just bitch, moan, and complain about anything, or feel like we're telling you guys something that you already know.
Right.
So, you know, as it relates to young men, and this, you know, is something that, you know, I deal with, JB deals with in terms of our own personal mental health, and we all listen. Just speaking for myself, I'm pretty sure my partner in savagery would agree. We all have times where we feel like, definitely not what these cats are doing, but we all have times where we feel like we're angry and we would love nothing more than to bust somebody in the mouth. I know I do.
Of course.
You know, and to me that's a natural human reaction. Thank God there's not been very many times I've been compelled to do it. Usually only times I have done shit like that is in defense. Mm-hmm. But nonetheless, I think it is an inherently masculine male thing to kind of feel like that when you're going through life's trials and tribulations, as they say. Right. So, JB, as a grown man, as a father, as a coach, as someone you know, who has a lot of life experience, what can you recommend, particularly to the young male reviewers out there that may be dealing with some shit and they don't have the wherewithal to do things like go to therapy or talk to somebody, meditate, do things of that nature? What are some things that when you're going through personal shit that you like to do to kind of get you back centered, focused, and where you want to be to, you know, live a positive and productive life?
Just think about all the good things you got going on in life. Like, do your dumb with it, do your scale. You know what I'm saying? You know, do your Libra scale, if you will. I mean, find out what's important to you. Okay, is this important to me? Is it important that I do this? Is me doing what I feel like doing gonna help me or hurt me? You know? Is it gonna, you know what I'm saying, is it gonna better me, or is, you know, me harming somebody? What is that gonna do for me? What is that gonna do? And, you know, you just kind of stop and breathe. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. Impulse is impulse. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they say that when you do something, or you want to do something on impulse, sit down for 30 minutes and not think about it, and then whatever you was gonna do, get up and go do it again. Usually you won't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, if you're gonna buy something, if you mad at somebody, you want to call and cuss them out, sit down for about 30 minutes and just breathe and just watch TV and just kind of take your mind off of what you were feeling, and then go back to it and say, you know what? Let me see if I'm gonna go pick the phone up and call this motherfucker. Whatever, fuck that. I ain't gonna do that shit. You know what I'm saying? That shit's over. So, and that's just impulse. You know what I'm saying? When you do things, you do brash things. That's impulse. So that's what I've learned to do. I've kind of learned to kick back and just think about it, or not think about it. And then when it comes back to me, like, I'm cool. I ain't gonna do that.
Right.
That's a waste of my energy, wasting my time, wasting my energy. So I ain't gonna do that shit. Fuck it.
The power of thought. I mean, like you said, be able to take a step back, you know, take a few deep breaths, and hell, man, I'm certainly not saying it would have happened every time, but I wish, you know, some of these guys that did that shit, you know, had the wherewithal to be able to do that, because you never know if some of these guys would have done that, maybe, you know, these things wouldn't have happened. But like you said, when it kind of manifests, it can turn into those things. But at the same time, you know, shit, you know, things like that can definitely help prevent actions like that, and more importantly, self-destructive behavior. Right, you know? Right. So
the other thing is, like, you know, conspiracy, brother. You know what I'm saying? I get to thinking about, damn, like, what if the government is putting these kids up to doing this? Like, because it ain't been many motherfuckers that, like we just talked about, that have gotten killed by the police after committing these acts. Right. The motherfucker in Dallas that was doing all that shooting cops and all that, they wanted that motherfucker dead because that motherfucker was shooting cops. You know what I'm saying? But, like, the motherfucker that shot at the church down there in the South, and the motherfucker that just shot up Walmart, and the situation in Dayton, and the Vegas situation. Like, what the fuck happened with that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hundreds of people got killed. You know what I'm saying? Like, and ain't nobody said nothing about the shit. Like, so, I don't know. That's just me being conspiracy, brother. You know, reviewers of JB gonna drop some conspiracy shit on your ass every episode. So just stay tuned, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, conspiracy brother JB gonna drop some shit on y'all ass every episode, you know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? Chappelle said it, you know what I'm saying, in Undercover Brother. People, mostly white people, make things happen, right? When I say white people, I mean, I'm talking about the man, baby. You know what I'm saying? If you're not considering yourself in the man category, you know, don't be the man. If the shoe don't fit, don't motherfucking put it on. Right. But, it's always greater forces that are at work. You know what I'm saying? And we have to understand that. It's always greater forces at work. But again, people, viewers out there, man, if you're feeling some type of way, if you can't talk to somebody, right? That's the first thing. Talk to somebody you know that cares about you, that you know wouldn't want to see you harm anyone or be harmed. And if it's, you know, fuck it. If it, you know, think about it. Don't be impulsive. Hey, we can stop this. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can stop this. We can stop this by paying attention to our kids too, especially for the kids that do it, the young kids. Like, pay attention to your damn children, reviewers. Like, don't not be a part of their life. Don't not be all in their business. Be all in their business. You know what I'm saying? If they got a YouTube channel, you need to swing by that YouTube channel every once in a while, see what the hell's going on. My kids all have Snapchat and Instagram, and I don't follow none of them. The only one I follow is my oldest son, because he's under my roof and I talk to him constantly. My youngest son, he's a wild boy. I don't want to see nothing he's doing on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna be correcting them all day. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. My daughter, I don't, she's growing up. All my daughters are getting older. I don't want to see them on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? But every once in a while, I'll swing through just to see what the hell's going on. You know what I'm saying? So be in your kids' lives, be active. You know what I'm saying? Be present, and maybe we can prevent some of these things from happening. You know?
Yeah, and reviewers, especially young reviewers, I'll do you one better. Feel free to hit us up, drop us an email, jbandbluereview@gmail.com, or hit us on the Savage Hotline, 818-850-2804. If you're going through something, if you need some game, let us know. It may not even necessarily be something we gotta play or talk about on the show. But if you're listening to this right now, if you come across this from our social media posting, and this is the first time you heard our show, listen, man, hit us up, because we would rather that than let that shit fester in your brain and come out in a negative way.
Yeah, so there's been plenty of times that I've interacted and I've talked to reviewers from our social media.
That's correct. I see the DMs. Yep.
And I reach out to them like, yo, you all right? Everything cool? Don't know them from a hole in the wall, but you see something that happens to a person, and you see a person talking in a certain way, and you're like, I don't know if anybody else is going to do this, but I don't want nothing to happen to this person. Yo, you good? Something you want to talk about? Somebody did me like that just the other day, right? The story I put up, I had 2 or 3 people, hit me up. A couple of them I knew, and one of them I never seen before in my life, asked me was I cool. And I was like, I'm good. Appreciate that, though. You know what I'm saying? But that's, when it all boils down to it, we human beings, man. Nobody wants to see nobody else get hurt for real. And if you do, you're a sick son of a bitch,
Right. Real shit.
I'm out here in Phoenix, Arizona, more so specifically in Mesa, Arizona, in Gilbert, Arizona, and it's kids out here to be riding around with Confederate flags flying from the back of their trucks. Like, they don't even know what the fuck that shit means, really.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I still don't wish them kids bad. I wish that they would get educated. And I wish that their parents, would stop being dickheads, and stop being, who stop spreading this shit, because that's where they're getting it from,
Mm-hmm.
So again, we gotta do better. We gotta raise our kids better. I say this all the time, we gotta be better. Like, our generation can change the whole flow of this shit. Now, it really can. Our generation at this point right now, where we're at, everybody from, Benny, how old are you? 29 now? 28?
Jesus Christ, man, I'm 31.
I'm trying to give you youth back, man.
Right, so, appreciate it. I got a young face, so reviewers know, you know what I'm saying?
Everybody.
Hey, listen, that's what you get from moisturizing and not being a sick son of a bitch. Like I say, a youthful pretty look.
What they say, drinking water and minding your business. You know what I'm saying? So
that's right.
It's like
just with a doctor order.
Right. It's just like we can change this shit, man. We can change all this hate shit. You know what I'm saying? Because we're educated, we're smart enough, we know better. Mm-hmm. We got kids, and we can teach our kids different from what maybe your folks taught you.
Right.
You know? Just food for thought, reviewer.
Well, there it is. Reviewers, stick around, because you want to talk about a activity, a passion, a lifestyle that may help your young youth, despite what everything that they're trying to pump out there. We understand the concern about injuries, concussions. We get all that shit.
Word.
But something that really helped me and helped me set the foundation for my life as an adult, as a business owner, all that good shit, and damn sure did for Dr. Bridges, is a sweet game of motherfucking football. Oh, you knew we were going to bring it all the way back full circle. God damn it. When we come back, we got a lot of shit to cover. We got our patented off-season check-in. We got a lot of shit to cover. We got a couple contract holdouts, a couple extensions. We got some Birdgang. We got some Kitties news. And then we are unveiling a new segment where we are going to deliver some of our favorite players of the past, present, and future.
Word.
Who will make our list? Only we know, but you will soon find out, reviewers. When we come back, this is the JB and Benny Blue Review podcast. And we'll be right back, bitch.
Yep, bitch.
You bitch.
You. Hey, Birdgang. It's your boy, former Cardinal Jeremy Bridges. Tune into the #1 podcast on the web, my show, the JB and Benny Blue Review, right here on KSRN Arizona.
Yeah, review.
Yeah.
We back.
What up, man?
We back.
What's going on in these streets, man? Tom Brady just got some more money.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ. Yep. Well, fuck it. When you put the work in, man, you deserve to get paid.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You deserve to get paid. Mm-hmm. Fuck the bullshit.
Yeah, man, he's been taking pay cuts for long enough. Apparently, it actually frees up some cap space. We'll get into that with our patented NFL offseason check-in. Cue that goddamn music now, bitch!
You gotta fall in and see what's going on. Mm-hmm. See what the fuck is going on.
All right, Bizzle, man, the first obvious one we gotta go into here. Look. You know, your man Zeke, very good player.
Zeke,
but man,
freaky Zeke.
He is a freaky. He is a my favorite shit about. That's probably my favorite Dipset quality ever. Just freaky Zeke. Freaky,
freaky. Yeah.
Ezekiel Elliott has 2 years left in his deal, and he's holding out of camp currently. He wants a new deal because he understands the shelf life of the modern day running back. And the running back market as it's presently stated in the NFL. And reviewers, JB, will tell you, we talked about this in past episodes, particularly from last season, that holdout is coming. That strike is coming. So we've already predicted it. We've already, on JB's conspiracy theories, actually, we predicted it.
Of course.
Thank you very much.
Of course, it's coming.
So, Bizzleman, Zeke always kind of finds a way to do some dumb shit here and there, but he produces on the field. He's a hell of a back, but he also has 2 years left in his deal. So how you see it from a player/GM Bridges standpoint, do you think Zeke should get the extension now? Why or why not?
Why not? Why not ask for it now? Because here's the pros. All right, here's the pros. As a player, you want to get your money. You want to get the big G behind your money. As a running back, you know that, like you said, shelf life is not very long. Most running backs play in the league. Strong years, 6.
Right.
About 3, possibly 2 stealing, maybe 3 or 4 stealing. Depends on how good and how durable you are and how much you can do. Getting your money, getting a guarantee with that money, getting it while you're young, and wanting to be on the same team that you started on. I think that's pretty dope quality. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to show that all everybody sees the money, like, oh, he want all this money. It's also loyalty for him. You know what I'm saying? He's showing his loyalty. Like, I want to, man, don't extend me. You know what I'm saying? Give me 4-5 years. Mm-hmm. And, you know what I'm saying? Let me be a Cowboy for the rest of my damn career, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, those are the pros. Cons is that, one, you got 2 years left on your contract. So as a GM, they're looking like, bro, what you doing? You got 2 other guys on your offense that they want to keep, that they want to pay.
Correct.
In Dak and Amari.
That's correct.
Well, it ain't gonna be enough money to go around, right? So Dak, I don't think Dak's contract's not coming till he got this the last year of his contract, correct?
He's got 2 years.
Okay, so they came in the same year, right? Yeah, so he got 2 years left. Dak ain't really tripping. I think Dak's main focus is just to show, improve the analysts and to quote unquote experts that think he's not as good as he is.
Right.
'Cause I think the kid's pretty good.
Right.
That he can be a quarterback that can get his team to the playoffs and so on and so forth and have success and continue to have success. So I think that's his main objective. He's not worried about getting paid right now. Amari only has 1 more year, right?
Correct.
He only has 1 more year.
It's contract year, from the trade.
Yeah. So it's Amari's contract year. So I'd imagine that Amari's agent will start knocking on their door about mid-season.
Right. Who is it?
Saying, yo, y'all, if y'all want to keep Amari, you better pay Amari. You know what I'm saying? Zeke's holdout is, like I said, again, you got to be selfish in this day and age of football and sports and professional sports to get your money. He's holding out. They're talking all this yin-yang on the other side. Basically trying to punk him like, 1, it's a privilege for you to be a Cowboy. 2, you good, you cool and shit, but we can be okay without you. Like, that's kind of where, when they signed Alfred Morris, it was like, they was like, we got this cat. He can run the ball we need him to. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he can be like, like CJ did for the Rams. You know what I'm saying? He's an older running back, smart.
Right.
He can do everything. He can run screens. He can run the ball. He can be a whole damn 3-down back.
Right. Right.
So they're preparing for this damn holdout to go long. I don't think that they see a contract or a deal being done anytime soon. Meanwhile, Zeke is down there in Cabo working on his abs. You know, that's what Zeke is doing. He's chilling.
Right. So then let me ask you this from the Cowboy standpoint, because Lord knows Jura is going to talk that you should be glad to wear the star, there, buddy. He's going to be talking that shit, right? But you know, Zeke, as you said, Zeke has a point based on production. Get your money now because you're still in your prime years. Think about it, as you said.
Right.
Running back that gets drafted is probably going to play on average 2 to 3 seasons. We'll call it 2.5 seasons. A good running back is going to play 6. That's a rookie contract plus an additional few good prime years. And a great is going to play 10 plus, right? I mean, that's rare.
I'll say 8.
8. We'll call it 8 plus.
Running back, yeah, 8 plus.
If you can get to 10 years as a running back in the NFL, even if you're not a perennial Pro Bowler, that's still a damn good career considering the position. Now, from the Cowboys aspect, do you think that they should do it now and get it over with, not affect the season? Because at the end of the day, I do think for Dak's sake, as you mentioned, I do think they need him. And 2, what if you had to predict, how do you think it's going to go down?
I think they're gonna offer him, and here's the problem: is that Zeke wants big money,
right?
Right. Zeke wants to be the highest paid running back in the league,
right?
Right. And will Zeke conform? Will he come down off that pedestal and say, you know what, I'll take a really nice contract,
right?
You know what I'm
saying?
With
that G behind it, like
nice,
you said.
Yeah, with a big amount of money with a G behind it, but you know, not getting paid. You know, I think he wants to. I mean, what is Gurley getting paid right now? Like 19 a year or some shit.
Because Todd Gurley he's currently the highest paid running back. Is that right? Or there's one of the, he's got to be up there, top 3.
Yeah. So it's like he wants to be making, anywhere from 16 to 20,000 a year, and it's like, okay. I mean, I'm more concerned. Fuck the yearly. I'm more concerned with that G.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Get the guaranteed if you're going to ask for an extension. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. If you can give me, you know what I'm saying, shit, 65 million, 75 million, you know what I'm saying, but fucking 45, 50 of it's guaranteed.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. You know what I'm saying? Let's do that.
Right.
And then, then you fuck around and do it over 4 years.
Right.
I think Zeke is asking for a lot.
You think it's going to happen?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I can't say whether it will or won't because we've seen dumb shit happen before.
Right.
Like right now, they're at a complete stalemate.
Right.
And then 2 days from now, you know what I'm saying, they'll pay Zeke fucking $180,000. You know, you're like, what the fuck? What happened?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't see it happening no time soon. I don't see it happening no time soon. I think it's gonna go on in the camp. It's gonna go on in the preseason football. It might last first 2 or 3 games of the season because I don't see. I think again, like I said, him asking to be the highest paid running back in the league, and it's like Cowboys like, nah, son, like we're not even trying to go there with you.
Right. We
like you, we love you, we want you to be a Cowboy forever, but damn, to be the highest paid, bro, I don't know about all that.
Yeah, well, listen. I mean, you can, depending on what lenses you're looking through, you can definitely see points to be made. Because as you mentioned with Todd Gurley, you know they backed up the Brinks truck for him, and now there's an issue with the arthritic knee, and it's like, well, goddamn, like we just, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're talking about some fully guaranteed G's, and you're like, shit.
And the thing about Zeke is that he's been fairly durable.
Right, that's a case he's making.
Yeah, he hasn't missed a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? With no damn injury. You know what I'm saying? If anything, it's a little ding up here and there, maybe 1 or 2 weeks a season. But nah, that's the skepticism. That's the cloud of skepticism that comes over that this whole day is that, man, Gurley just got dropped. You know, they dropped a house on that boy, and now they like, damn, is his knee gonna last a whole season? Or we we got to cut his reps back now because he got a bad knee.
Right.
That's basically what in the coaches meeting. They're like, damn, we just paid this fool. Now we find out we got to cut back his reps. He can't play every down like we want him to. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, Zeke, I wish you good luck, buddy.
Right. Good luck there, buddy.
Wish you good luck, buddy. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get what you're asking for. And I think all these cats should get paid. You know what I'm saying? You know how I am, and I feel like it should be guaranteed money in football, period. You know, so I pray he gets that money. I pray he get what he's asking for, or something similar to what he's asking for to get him back on the football field, because, you know, we love to watch him play. He's a good running back.
Right.
He's a hell of, you know what I'm saying? He's a good kid. He's a little bit of a knucklehead, but hell,
right.
We all were at that age.
Right, it should. He may play for a team that we've been on record on this podcast that we don't fuck with, but nonetheless, we
love you, JC. Fuck the Cowboys.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. It's just it's the Cowboys. We went over this too many times. There's so many reasons. But Zeke is a hell of a player to watch, and we want to watch him play. So
we want to see him play ball.
Get your money, player. Come to an agreement. All that shit. Moving on to another running back who Bizzleman may not have nearly as much leverage is one Melvin Gordon of the Los Angeles Chargers. Apparently, his agent is dropping the bug that because he's not getting a new deal, they're requesting a trade. And the word on the street is that them Texans are sniffing around. What say you about Melvin Gordon? Should he get a new deal, or do you think they need to call his bluff and be like, no, go on, take your little trade?
Well, he's another guy that's not really durable, and he's had some injury problems, right? So at this point, I think San Diego is like, well, we got some young backs. We've been getting some hell of fire production out of them. Melvin's asking for a lot of money. We love him. We want him to be here, but at the same time, hey, the NFL is about cheap labor, guys. If y'all ain't figured that out shit, the viewers out there, the NFL is about cheap labor. So I think Melvin, if I was the Texans, I'd be doing everything possible to get this fool. Like, for real. You know what I'm saying? Because with Hop, you know what I'm saying? And then Watson at quarterback, and, you know what I'm saying? And a couple key pieces they got, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. So I'll be doing whatever I could to get him, you know what I'm saying? So if I'm the Texans, I'm trying to get his ass, because at this point, the San Diego, it just came out like that. The LA Chargers are looking to shop him, you know what I'm saying? Because at this point, they're like, well, he wants shit. They in the meetings like, he wants too much goddamn money and shit.
Right.
So, you know, let's see, trade and see what we can get for him. Well, let's entertain it, see what they asking, let's see what they giving. So, yeah, Melvin, you know, I pray you get what you want. Pray you get what you're asking for, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, I mean, I hope he get traded, honestly. I think he's, I like to see the Texans with, I mean, I know they got Blue, you know what I'm saying, who's been a decent running back for him. Like, Melvin Gordon's he's a good running back,
right?
You know, out the backfield, catching it, running it, all these things. So I love to see the Houston Texans with that fool, and I hope they make it happen. Be real.
Well, there it is. Finally, in terms of individual players, before we get into some team shit, Tommy fucking Brady, kid, got that extension through 2021. So just breaking it down, it looks like he's receiving an extra $8 million this year, and then the team has picked up an additional $5.5 million in cap space. Right. So he's getting a 2-year extension. You know, old boy's been, you know, eating his avocado toast and doing his fucking, you know, going to Germany to get his oil changed.
Hot yoga,
you know what I'm saying? All that shit. Man's well into his 40s. Granted, you know, it's a different position, not nearly as brutal as a running back position. At this point, man, you hear all these idiots on the shows, you know, try to break down where he's at in his career. I think it is fair to say that, you know, while he's certainly a high caliber quarterback, I think it's fair to say based off of last year, you know, there is some age showing. I think that's a fair statement. So when you look at that extension in terms of what it kind of saves the team and what it says about where he's at in his career, you know, right now as an individual player, what kind of comes to mind at this point in fucking Brady's career? You know? Well,
you know, he said he wanted to play till he was 45 years old.
He did.
And he probably will till he's 45 years old. I played with the great Vinny Testaverde.
Damn.
Played his last year. He was 44 years old when I was in Carolina. It was pretty sweet, man, just to be around the cat. You know what I'm saying? We called him the Godfather. He's an awesome dude. So, I mean, Tom Brady still, he's got that magic. He's got that killer instinct. He might not be able to make the throws that he used to be able to make back in the day. Because one thing we're not going to whoop is Father Time. Father Time is, he's old, you know, he's basically undefeated. He's basically undefeated. We got some cats that have cheated him. But, when it all boiled down to it, yeah, right, yeah, gave him a little shake move for a minute, but when it's all said and done, all boiled down to it, Father Time is kicking ass.
Yeah.
So, Tom Brady, you know what I'm saying? I think the Patriots love this dude. I mean, he's put in work, and constantly, like you said about the whole avocado toast, we joke about the shit, but man, come on, a man that takes care of his body, man. You know what I'm saying? That really takes care of his body. Yep. He understands that his body is his moneymaker. So, you can't knock him, man. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations, Tommy. You know what I'm saying? They got it all hooked up for him where he's, you know what I'm saying? He'll be there through 2021, through 2021. And shit, I mean, right now, you it's kind of like you have to preseason. You're like, who's gonna win the Super Bowl? Well, I gotta say the Patriots. You gotta
kind of low key pencil them in still,
right? Because it's like even though with all the success that Kansas City is gonna have, and man, Andy's really putting together. Like he's putting together a squad over there, man. Like, and if they can, right, and it's the defensive part that's always been their issue. So, they're solidifying that defense, getting it better off, and it's like, but you still, you still got to say, the cats over there in the Northeast, man. You just gotta respect it. You know what I mean? As long as Brady's behind the center, man, you gotta respect it. Mm-hmm. He's one of the greatest to ever do it. Who'd have ever thunk it? But he is, and gotta respect it, man.
Yep. Well, look, everybody can attest to what the Pats dude are doing up there. But damn it, ain't fucking about them right now. It's about that goddamn Birdgang, and you were in attendance at the red and white practice. First of all, you got some great photos, content. Go to our Instagram at JB and Benny Blue. Follow us while you're there.
Right.
What did you see from the squad, particularly some of the young men coming in, and just how was the experience in general being in the big toaster and taking it all in as we approach the regular season and shit?
It was just fun to be there, man. You know what I'm saying? And to be a fan, you know what I'm saying, sitting and watching all the fellas, you know what I'm saying, and these youngins. A lot of these cats I don't even know, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, just have heard their name before, you know what I'm saying, in the game of football and so on and so forth. But, man, it looks like there's a great camaraderie on the squad. The kids, like, they have a lot of fun together. And Kyler Murray made some really good throws, and he's picking up the offense like crazy. Perfect. You know, Chris said he's picking up the offense like you wouldn't believe. And it's just a good feel. And what people don't understand about Arizona right now is that we've made some moves to make our defense a hell of a lot better. All right? So people are really sleeping on this team out here in the desert, man. And Kyler Murray, I said, and I keep saying it, he's a quarterback that can depend on his feet when he needs to be. So he's gonna have a good year. Right? Because when throws aren't there that he don't think he can make and he got to run in the lane, he's gonna take off. Every running quarterback that's came in the league has had a good year, had a spark. So we're gonna have that good year. And I think with Cliff Kingsbury, even though people give him a hard time because he wasn't successful at Texas Tech. Well, right now, the thing about being a professional head coach is that you're only as good as the motherfuckers you have around you. Right?
This is true.
And he has a great supporting cast of linemen. I mean, not linemen, but of coaches. Phenomenal supporting cast. And they do a great job of teaching these guys and being very fundamental with these young men. So I'm excited about the BG right now. I am. People sleeping on us. When healthy, our offensive line is going to be veteran-based. Fairly durable group. I know Gilbert has had his injury issues, and then Sneezy has had some issues with injury, but getting the ball out quick, the way you run the ball, so on and so forth, a lot of these things can protect you or protect your linemen from injury. And I think we're going to be all right, man. I really do. I really feel really good about our season coming up. I know Seattle's going to be strong. They're strong every year. The fucking 49ers are one or two plays away from being really good. And then, who else is in our fucking division?
Well, the
fucking Rams. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna see how good they're gonna be this year.
Right.
I'm not sold on them. You know what I'm saying? So I know they had a great year last year, but see, here's the thing: That was what, McVay's second year?
Yep.
Yeah, so here's the thing. The more you're
A lot of tape.
around, the more defensive coordinator is going to get a beat on what you do.
A lot of tape.
And then, you add in factors like Todd Gurley being banged up all the time, you know what I'm saying, or having a bum knee or whatever the fuck he got going on. Like, that's your money maker, you know what I'm saying? Todd Gurley made a lot of plays for them last year. So, we're going to see, man.
Yep. Well, look, as you mentioned, with Kyler Murray coming into the system, with Cliff Kingsbury, obviously, I'm sure a new energy that you could feel in the stadium. Obviously, at the end of the day, when you finish basically, we talked about last year, basically the worst team in the league. You only only way to go is up, and you got to build a new culture and identity. And sometimes that means shedding players, including former first rounders like Robert Nkemdiche. They cut him, which is very, typically that's very surprising for a first round pick to be cut.
Yeah.
What happened, and why do you think it happened?
Well, Nkemdiche, it's funny because when I was there, and I took my two homeboys with me. Shout out to my boy Cook and my boy Reg. I went to school with them. We graduated high school together, and they both live out here now. So I took them out there, and they both got kids. You know what I'm saying? So my nephews, all my little nephews, you know what I'm saying? We rode out there. That's why we went. Because my boy Cook's son was headed back to Mississippi. They went back this past weekend. So I want to do something, for him. He wanted, so he can see the whole NFL thing. He's off to play NFL football, but he ain't never been to an NFL stadium and no shit like that.
Right.
So to have him out there, man, they had a blast. And it's like, I saw Nkemdiche walking on the field, and I was sitting by my man, my boy Reg, and then Cook was on the other side. Cook was like, damn, Bridge. They call me Bridge. He was like, damn, Bridge. He was like, your boy that got fat as hell. And he looked, they say he reported like 340.
Damn.
He looked
Jesus Christ.
huge. That's why they put him on the PUP list, because he reported like 340, and like, he couldn't, there's no way was going to pass his condition test. So they put him on the PUP. He looked horrific, just a butterball. And I told Cook, I said, yeah, they probably going to cut his ass. I said it that day, and when we left, they cut him. So, look, again, we talk about taking care of your body, right? And doing things that's going to help you be successful, to be a successful football player, and to have longevity in the NFL. He wasn't doing that. He wasn't doing that. He's a weirdo, Lil Wayne wannabe type cat, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know, I just don't get it. He's talking about talent. Like, he's like Darnell Dockett 2.0 when he wanna be. He's talking about talent. He's a bigger, stronger, faster version of Darnell Dockett. Like, talent, crazy talent. I mean, unreal talent, but just fucking dumbass, man. I don't think he wants to play football. I don't really think he wants it like that. I think he was just cool with the allure, you know what I'm saying, of being there.
Right, want to get in,
yeah. I mean, he fooled him. He got all that money, you know what I'm saying? He got millions of dollars coming to him constantly, because he got a certain amount of money that's guaranteed to him with the first round draft pick. So he got him. And like I said, it's the allure, you know what I'm saying? He was just happy to be the man, you know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, he's gone now. So, but we got again, our D-line, man, thick. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna name names and shit, like, but the D-line thick. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We ready. That defense is ready, and we gonna shock a lot of people. We got Pat P out for 6 games, but hey, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to make do. We got Byron Murphy, just drafted that cat. I'm pretty sure the cat from we got from Falcons, Alton or some shit. It'll be, you know what I'm saying, they'll have the corners locked down. We got veteran safeties, we got Swearinger back there. Buddha is moved back to safety, his true position. So it's like,
I've been hearing your man Ricky Seals-Jones has been looking good too.
Ricky Seals-Jones, I hope so. He just needs to grow up, man. That kid, he's a mismatch nightmare, man. Big fella run like a receiver. He just needs to grow the fuck up and start doing things the right way. So it's like, we're going to see, man. I'm excited about the season.
All right, there it is. Quick check-in on the kiddies. We picked up to fortify the D-line even more, because that was a staple for many years. Some moves, obviously, some cats signed elsewhere. Picked up Mike Daniels, Pro Bowler in 2017.
That was a hell of a pick.
Good, strong veteran. He claims, this is a quote from him, he claims that he's coming over for Maddie Patricia. So, Patricia, I don't know what you got to do with that goddamn pencil other than have that motherfucker sticking in your ear, but I hope you're drawing out some shit this year because you're in year 2. Right. Now you got your players. Now you got your system. It's time to show improve with that shit. And speaking of Matts, I want to shout out to a highly disrespected Matt. That's one Matthew Stafford. Always disrespected. On these lists, whether it's the NFL 100 or the Madden rankings, all that shit. Let me tell you something, man. It's never advised for a quarterback to get hit. As you know, JB, red vest, don't touch. Red meat stop. Right. However, apparently in practice this week, one Matt Stafford threw a pick, and rather than just taking that shit and loafing back, to the quarterback coach, my man laid a hit on the goddamn linebacker who picked it off. That's what I'm talking about, Matty. That's what the fuck I'm talking about.
Maddie said, fuck that shit, I'm out.
Fuck that shit.
I'm picking my shit.
You know what I'm saying? So I like it, Matt. I'm not saying I want you to do it all the time, but you know what I'm saying?
Please don't.
Competitive, you know what I'm saying? Competitive. I'm sure the offense I'm sure they were hooting and hollering on the sidelines.
Oh, yeah. I put this in the O-line. Like, fuck yeah!
Exactly.
You okay? You good? You all right?
Right. Having said that, you good? Right.
You cool? You all right?
Jesus.
How's your neck?
Right.
How's your
exactly.
neck?
How's that shoulder? Oh, you know what I'm saying? Need all that shit intact. So there you go, man.
Right.
So, a lot of positive energy coming from both the Birdgang and the Kitties. I like it.
Yes, sir. It's gonna be a good first game. It's gonna be a great game.
Hell of a contest.
Yeah. It's gonna be a team that that has the coaching a year under the coach's belt. Mm-hmm. And kind of knows their identity, so they know what they're going to be good at and they're going to do. And then we got a team offensively that nobody really knows what they're going to do. And defensively, it's going to be a lot better than people think they're going to be. So
Correct.
It's going to be a good game one.
Correct. Yeah, I'm looking forward to see the leap that Kerryon Johnson can have as the number 1 back. Obviously, Kenny Golladay, talk about a guy who's going to be coming for that bag, coming into his own as the number 1 receiver. And we got Amendola. He's been looking good. He's going to be a nice little underneath threat. You know what I'm saying? Again, it's a lot of that Patriot blueprint. But
carryover,
right? But I'm all right. Listen, I'm all right if it works. That's all I'm saying. All right, so there it is. That's our off-season check-in. Before we leave you, reviewers, we are unveiling a new segment that's going to manifest itself in all different types of areas, not just football. But this one we want to have a little fun with, see where our heads are at, and of course, as you know, the Hall of Fame game always kicks off the season there in Canton. It was the Broncos and the Falcons. I saw little bits and pieces of highlights. Who won that shit? Do you know? Was it?
I think Denver.
Really, at the end of the day, nobody really ever gives a damn. It's about the Hall of Famers.
It don't even fucking matter.
Salute to the motherfucking savage himself, Ed Reed, getting in there. Salute.
Eddie Reed, baby.
You know what I'm saying?
The best safety to ever play this fucking game.
Damn straight. He is in there with that gold jacket.
I argue anybody down on that one.
I'm with it.
That dude is amazing,
real deal.
bro.
You want to talk about a guy who played well after most of his contemporaries had since been exited from the league. That guy was in the league for a minute, son.
Between him and Ray Lewis, shit. I mean, they did.
Yep. So yeah, shout to Ed Reed getting in there. So with over the last couple weeks since we dropped our last episode on our bi-weekly schedule, they've dropped the NFL 100 list. Obviously, they had the Hall of Fame game, the new inductees, the Madden rankings, all that shit. So without further ado, we wanted to unveil a list of our top 5 players right now. What we think are our top 5 future Hall of Famers from current players. And our favorite Hall of Famers that are currently in our brand new segment known as the Review Ranks. Cue the goddamn music. Yeah.
The Review Rankings. Yeah.
Right. So, JB, coin flip, imaginary coin flip. Call it. What you got?
Heads.
Heads? It is heads. Do you want to go for your right now, top 5 right now, or do you want yours truly, the Great Blue Dini, to go first? What would you like, sir?
I'm deferring to halftime.
He's deferring the kicks. All right. Very good. So we'll break these down very quickly since we're at the end of the show, but we'll give our reasons why for our picks. My number 5 player right now, and Lord knows he let this young man have it, but I'm expecting a quality bounce back season from him. Odell Beckham Jr. of now the dog pound of the Browns.
So hold on. So we doing right now? We're doing our top 5 current.
Top 5 right now is the first bracket we're going with.
Cool,
all right.
Cool.
So I'm going to Odell Beckham. I'm expecting him to have one of his best, if not his best season because he's going to be rejuvenated. I think there's going to be, with Freddie Kitchens at the helm, there's going to be a lot of good things coming his way. The good thing is he has a friend and a trusted partner in crime in Jarvis Landry on the other side.
Juicy, baby. That boy's juicy.
And your man Njuko is going to be over there taking away some attention as well. So it's gonna be a nice healthy spread, I think, to get Odell focused and where he needs to be and have a great Pro Bowl season. That's right. I think he's gonna be a Pro Bowler with the Browns. My number 5 pick. Number four. This gentleman was picked number 1 by the players overall as the NFL 100. Going Aaron Donald, still one of the top defensive players in the league. Obviously a mismatch nightmare. Crazy athlete. As JB said when we were doing our offseason check-in, football's a year-to-year sport. We'll see what's going to happen with the fucking Rams, but I do think he's going to be right up there at the top as far as stats and being an impact player on that defense. So he's my number 4. My number 3, and a guy is going to be leaned on heavy. You want to talk about bell cow running back? I'm going Saquon Barkley. He's my number 3. I think he's going to have a fucking fantastic season. I dare say he will be the best running back in the league next year. Because I think he's going to be focused, ready, and quite frankly, I mean, with the transition away from young, dumb-faced Eli to your man Jones, who oddly enough looks way too much like Eli.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
I was about to say dumb-faced Jones.
Right. God, shot to that back-to-back photo of them standing next to each other making the exact same face. That shit was pure comedy. They're going to be leaning on Barkley a lot, so he's going to have a big stats year, and I don't know if the Giants are going to be very good this year, but I do know that he is going to be, putting them numbers up on the board, at least for himself, so I'm expecting him to be a huge impact player for the G-Men. Number 2, you were talking about your man Big Red. I'm going Patty Mahomes. He's going to be a gunslinging son bitch this year. Straight like that. They get Tyreek Hill back. They lose Kareem Hunt, but they still got Kelsey. They still have a dynamic as a motherfuck offense. And this could be a year where they finally make a legitimate run. I'm expecting Patrick Mahomes to be an all-pro quarterback this year. I think he's going to absolutely fucking snap on these motherfuckers and be bombing that bitch all over the goddamn field. And my number 1 player, and it pains me to say this from a division rival, Bizzle man, I'm going Khalil Mack. My number 1 player in the league right now is Khalil Mack. I think he makes the biggest difference on the game week to week when he's out in the field. He can play multiple positions, whether you put him at outside linebacker or a true DN. I think he's the hardest mismatch on the line of anybody on the defensive line, to be honest with you. And, look, there are different issues, scheme issues on the offensive side. I think that Khalil Mack keeps the Bears right there in the mix to make a run. It's going to be his second year after the trade coming in from the Raiders. And I think that to me, overall, I think he is the best player in the league right now. But that's my top 5 for right now. Who do you got, sir?
Oh, yeah. Well, 5-1, my man. All right, I know he got 6 games suspension, but when he comes back, it's going to be hell to pay that boy, Patrick Peterson. All right, P2, they call him, you know what I'm saying? 8 consecutive Pro Bowls, man. 23 career interceptions. This guy is lightning in a bottle, man. You know what I'm saying? Still, to me, and that's just not because I know him and because he's a Birdgang representative. Still, to me, he's the best cornerback in the league. Perfect combination of physicality and cover ability. My number 4 is going to be old Patty Mahomes, man. I agree with you when you say, man, this kid he's going to have a boom, boom season, man. Lightning in a bottle type season. Never mind the Madden curse, because I don't believe in that shit, you know what I'm saying? I feel like they're going to do amazing things. They're going to be a huge contender, and they might just overtake New England this year and get to the Super Bowl. Might just. We'll see. My number 3 is Bobby Wagner, right? Much as it pains me to say that.
Right.
Bobby Wagner is one of the most consistent fucking players the NFL has ever seen. All right, he's had multiple seasons with 100+ tackles, whether it be solo or assisted. This dude is unreal. All right, he's unreal. You're talking about size, strength, just tenacity, nose for the football. He's that guy. All right, he's that guy. My next man, and I think you might laugh when I say this, is going to be Tom Brady. Tom Brady is going to have a fucking unreal year because he hears the chatter. He hears the chirping. right? What all the guys? Look, Gronk has been spoke about like LeBron in the NBA in all season, right? It's the NFL all season. They talked about Gronk so fucking much on ESPN. He's like the LeBron of NFL football.
Right.
Because no matter what's going on, LeBron's always been talked about. So Gronk he's getting his LeBron moment on. So Tom's hearing all the talking. Oh, he can't do this without Gronk and yada, yada, yada. Man, I think he's going to come out throwing lasers this year. He's going to come out really throwing the ball like he used to do it, like reminiscing 4 or 5 years ago. He's really going to have a hell of a year this year. My number one is that little short, strong son of a bitch in L.A., Mr. Aaron Donald himself. 31 sacks over the last 2 years kind of speaks for itself. It ain't really nothing else to say. This dude is a problem. I mean, he's a problem, right? Anytime you have the game plan for a defensive lineman, sheesh, like you gotta change up your entire blocking scheme for one man. Yeah, he's that guy. My number one player, coming in. He's gonna have another great year.
All right, so there it is. There's our ranks for our top 5 right now. All right, Mr. Bridges, I'm throwing this to you to start. Who out of the current pool of players, who is your top 5? Who's your top 5 future Hall of Famers? Who do you got?
My future Hall of Famers, man. You know what I'm saying? I got. This is the thing. I kind of compiled of guys that are not playing anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what the guys that are going to be there first, right? So number 5, I got Joe Thomas, right? And all these guys are retired. I'm going to name Joe Thomas, Mr. Consistency. All right, one of the best linemen that the NFL has ever seen. He pretty much damn near started every game for Cleveland while he was there. He retired, and people didn't even believe he was going to retire. But you talking about a man who has done it and has done it at an extremely high level. Joe Thomas, I expect you to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. DeMarcus Ware being my number 4. This dude is hell on wheels, period, his whole career. True 4-3 defensive end in my book. They said he was an outside linebacker. Still don't believe that shit. But the man was hell to block. He's got all kind of records and yada, yada, yada. He's up there in the top 10 in a lot of categories, defensive line-wise. Number 3, of course, is big forehead Ted, old Peyton Manning. All right. The man resume speaks for itself. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game. And he has a hell of a sense of humor, and he's very charismatic. I like that about him. My number 4 my number 2 current player, the only current player I have right, is the man himself, one Tom Brady. All right. As soon as this guy retires, they're going to be rushing him into the Hall of Fame. Like he's going to be a first ballot. Without a doubt, it's going to happen so fast. Everybody was like, God damn, like what the fuck? The guy is amazing. 6 rings speaks for itself. He's done it, and he's done it at a high level forever and ever. And then my number 1, if you will, not really my number 1 because I didn't really put him in order, but Andre Johnson, being a receiver who's been out of the league. You know what I'm saying? How long has Andre been out of the league?
It's been about 5 years now. I think 2015. Yep.
Yeah, so that's been 4 years, going on 5 years now. You know what I'm saying? He won't be a first ballot guy, but he'll definitely get in to the Hall of Fame for sure. Andre, man, he broke records, done all kind of things, done amazing things. Retired too soon, but again, that's that man's prerogative. Yep. That's his business. It's kind of a Barry Sanders situation, and he felt like, you know what, I played the game, made good money doing it. Get the fuck out of here. What little health I got left.
Right. Okay. So that's your future Hall of Famers. So everybody that I got is currently still playing. At number 5, a player that has been much debated on this particular program as it relates to how good is he really. But I think he's a pretty good player. Number 5, I'm going J.J. Watt. 5-time Pro Bowler, 5-time first team All-Pro, Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year, 3-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year. Based on his size, injury history, you can always make the argument that he should be having a better career than he is. But by all accounts, he's had a good career for what it is. To be honest with you, the type of injuries that he's had, I'm actually kind of shocked that he is still playing. Because he's had some really bad injuries that people don't even really understand. Like the type of back and neck shit that he's had, that ain't no punk. So, props to him for rehabbing, because it almost seems like it's an every other year thing where he's out for the year.
Right.
But I do think he is going to get in. And, again, beyond football, props to him for what he does for the city of Houston, man. That dude really gives a damn, and he raised a lot of money after that hurricane. He helped raise a lot of money.
Joe Osteen said, Jesus said, don't come in here.
Jesus says, may the doors remain locked. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Jesus said, we just got new carpet.
Goddamn. Fuck out of here, Joel Osteen. Son of a bitch. You and your God dome. Jesus Christ. So I got J.J. Watt number 5. Number 4, it's a little premature for most folks. But I'm going Baker Dangerous Mayfield. That's right.
Baker Mayfield.
I'm picking Baker Mayfield to be a Hall of Famer. I feel like it's finally time, even if they're not always contenders. I think I've seen enough for Baker, barring injury, of course, that he is going to have a very good career. I don't know if he's going to be up there with the Bradys or the Rodgers of the world, but I think as long as the Browns, and Lord knows this is wishful thinking, that they don't fuck off the support system around him, I do believe that when it's all said and done, he will have a Hall of Fame career. I think he's gonna make a Pro Bowl. Probably not this year, but starting next year, I think he's gonna consistently make Pro Bowls. And
I think he'll make the Pro Bowl starting this year.
Yeah, he could. Yeah, listen, he could. It's very possible that he could. But I do think when the smoke clears, Baker's gonna have a nice 15, 17-year career, and I think he's gonna get in. Number 3, you talk about receivers. I'm going Julio Jones. Julio is one of the most dynamic receivers that has ever played. I think he's going to be one of those guys that unfortunately never wins a ring and puts up a lot of really good stats. I think he's going to retire a Falcon.
Another Larry?
Yeah, come on now. Jesus. I think he's going to...
Well, he is. I'm just saying. Another Larry Fitzgerald.
I suppose you are keeping it real. But nonetheless, Julio has had a great career. He's right up there with the best of them in terms of his stats. I think he's going to retire a Falcon, and I think he's going to get in there. Number 2, you talked about your man. I'm going Bobby Wagner. Really, the last guy left from the Legion of Boom, and Jesus, if he can't play that position at one of the highest levels ever. I mean, that guy is old school when it comes to schmacking cats. Again, another cat that's just like, he's just had one of those careers where it's like you look at what the impact that he's had on the game and the fact that he's been with them as long as he had. Definitely one of the best defensive players of the last 10 years, that's for sure. Hell of a player, and I think he's going to get in. Number 1, I'm going Von Miller. Von Miller is my number 1. When I think of the Broncos at this point, I think of him because Lord knows fucking Elway can't get it right at quarterback or running back or low-key receiver. So
he's gonna be another great that never wins championship.
Yes, yeah. Unfortunately for him, he's a Pro Bowler, and he's gonna have an amazing career. And unfortunately, I don't know if he's gonna play his whole career at the Broncos, but he may be another one of those guys that is just beloved by the fan base, has an amazing career, but doesn't get that hardware. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if I don't know if he'll play his whole career at the Broncos either. I see him as he get old, getting frustrated and kind of stepping, going somewhere. Becoming just a third down guy. Yep. So I can do that.
So those are my top 5 future Hall of Famers, and finally wrapping up reviewers. JB and I are going our 5 favorite Hall of Famers of all time. Let's do, and on this one, in the spirit of good old democracy, let's go a little back and forth. You first, sir, with your number 5. Who you got?
Number 5, I got Stevie fucking Young.
Wow.
Look, when I tell you, and that's a little biased for me because I was a 49er fan back in the day.
You were, yes.
And Steve Young was, to me, he was one of those guys that revolutionized quarterback position, along with, the Randall Cunninghams, who really don't get credit for it. But a guy that can throw the ball and a guy that can run with the ball and be effective. It's a tough son of a bitch. I know he's had a million goddamn head rings, but just a tough son of a bitch. And man, he's my number 5, Stevie Young. Man.
There you go. My number 5, I'm going the great Jim Brown.
Jimmy B.
Probably the first real true breakout star of the NFL. Really in going into what you would call the modern era, the post merger era, if you will. Obviously had an amazing career with the Browns. Better known to the average, person or sports fan as an actor and an activist, but really was the really true first great running back in the league. You know what I'm saying? Especially for his era, still ranks up there in all the records and stats. So that's my number 5 is Jim Brown. Who you got number 4, sir?
Number 4, I got the 2019 inductee, Mr. Eddie Reed.
Damn.
Man, Ed Reed Jr., the best fucking safety to ever play the game. No disrespect to nobody who's ever played the position. Steve Atwaters and the motherfucking and the Ronnie Lotts, you know what I'm saying? And all these men that have done it at a super high level. But Ed Reed is that dude.
Correct.
Making plays, catching and taking to the house, playing with that swag, knocking the shit out you. He played the position the way it was supposed to be played. A true free safety.
There you go. Number 4, I'm going Southern Miss to the top, baby. 1, Brett Favre. You know what I'm saying? Now, I know what you're thinking, reviewers who've been rocking with this show. You're a Lions fan. You're out here picking Packers. Well, guess what? When I was a youth, there was nothing more that we loved than to watch Brett Favre play. You know why? Because that motherfucker could sling it. He was gritty. And to be honest with you, I definitely think there were some chips left on the table from the Go Pack Go. Really, just like, and his story, man, goes to Atlanta. It doesn't really work out. They dump him. A lot of people were writing him off at that time, and he comes back to have one of the greatest careers that you can hope for. And and listen, that motherfucker almost got it done again in his second comeback, coming back with the Vikings and that whole shit. People forget that. People glaze over that.
Exactly. They went to the fucking second round of playoffs.
Yeah, well, shit. That was the that ended up being the conference championship. That was the infamous. Greg Williams shit with the fucking. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Cats can pop for a little coin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
So that's why he's getting power bombed every play.
Bounty gate.
The old bounty gate. That was a bounty gate game. The conference championship when the Who Dat Saints ended up winning that year. So Brett Favre, man, one of my favorite players to watch of all time. Number 3, who you got?
Number 3's gotta go to LT. I'm talking about Lawrence Taylor. I ain't talking about the Dayton Thompson. I'm talking about LT, the greatest linebacker to ever play this sport. I saw his football life, man, and I don't think I moved the entire time. I never knew how prolific this dude was as an athlete. And I never knew how, just his whole story. But him on that football field, the way he played the game, the way he loved his teammates, the way he would do anything to help his team win, the way he was pro-team, and then to be as good as he was individually, Lawrence Taylor, man. Lawrence Taylor.
There it is. My number 3 is prime time, goddammit. Deion Sanders. Super Bowls are 2 different teams. Really helped put the Falcons on the map too. The dude was arguably one of the best DBs of all time. Played multiple sports, got a lot of shit for it. When at the end of the day, if you could do it, damn it, you would. And he did it. He changed the position. He changed the way a lot of these guys got recognized, how they got paid rather. And man, people still emulate what Deion does to this day. One of the most impactful players on the game, period. And again, as you can see, you can sense the theme as a youth, as a kid, watching Deion hit the high step after a pick. One of the greatest things you'll ever see in football. So I'm going Deion number 3. Oh, we're almost at the top. Number 2, we got
Marshall Faulk, man. Nice. Marshall Faulk was an amazing running back. I think he revolutionized the running back position. He is what every NFL team wants right now, running back wise. He is a complete third down back, can run the ball between the tackles, excellent screen runner, picked up blocks when he needed to, but he was just, then he can make you miss the open field. It was tough. Marshall Faulk, man, one of the greatest dudes to ever do this thing.
There you go. Number 2, this may surprise you that I have the guy at number 2. I'm going old Barry. Mr. Barry Sanders.
Barry.
I still consider him the GOAT. He would have the record if it weren't for the early retirement that Emmett ended up getting.
Of course.
And listen, I mean, for all the youngsters out there, young reviewers, go watch the tape. The way that man could stop cutting a dime was never really seen before.
Yeah, man.
Just a great dude, and just literally one of the most dynamic running backs to ever do it. I mean, there's really nothing more to be said than that. Truly one of the greats. You can always make an argument for Barry as the greatest running back of all time. He's always in the conversation, no matter what. Number one, who you got, sir?
You just had a number 3 prime time, baby.
Nice.
He's my all-time favorite NFL football player, the best cover corner to ever live. He shut down an entire side of a defense, and he demanded that respect. And every time you came his way, he made you pay. One thing I like about Deion is he got older, he became more physical of a defensive back. Where he in the beginning, he's like, I get paid to cover, not tackle. But as he got older, like Prime will come over and hit you. You know what I'm saying? So. Hey, again, he's my favorite of all time, man. Primetime Deion Sanders, baby.
There it is. And my number one, the Minister of Defense, Reggie White.
Reggie.
My favorite Hall of Fame player of all time. Great dude. Died too young. Had an amazing career in Philly and in Green Bay, obviously. Changed the way that position was played. I mean, you can make an argument he was one of the best defensive linemen of all time. I mean, it goes without saying. Easily.
Yeah, easily. Easily.
And when you change the way a position is played, and you have such an effect on that game, and on top of that, you're a great dude. I mean, hard to argue. He really exemplifies what you want out of that goddamn gold jacket.
Of course.
So reviewers, that's our new segment. That's Review Ranks. We're going to put this up on our social media with different polls. You tell us. Look at that. He's crumpling up. He's done with it because we got it out there on wax, bitches. So you tell us. You tell us who your top 5 is right now, who you think is going to get into the Hall of Fame, and your favorite Hall of Fame cats right now. Get at us at JB and Benny Blue. Again, we are on all streaming platforms. JB and BennyBlueReview.com. Bizzleman, any parting words for the reviewers before we get on up out of this thing?
Hey, man, be safe out there. Peace and love, man. Everybody love everybody. We need everybody.
That's right.
And, preach love, not hate, man. Preach and teach love, not hate. Let's not hate each other, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be one coexisting big ball of dust, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's just do that. We love you out there. We appreciate everything y'all do. Review. We appreciate y'all's support and love.
That's right.
Holla at us. Social media platforms. Hit me up. You know what I'm saying? Hit us up. We respond back.
Correct.
On everything we know. You know what I'm saying? You can put some shit on there and try to be slick you want to. And we on your ass. You know what I'm saying? Bruce Aaron style. We on your ass.
Oh, your ass.
So holla at us, man. You know what I'm saying? Social media at JB and Benny Blue.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that's Twitter, that's IG, Facebook as well. You got anything you want to talk about? You know what I'm saying? Hit us up on shoot us an email at jbandbennybluereview.com, at Gmail. You know what I'm saying? All that shit, man. All that. The Savage hotline number is
818-850-2804. Hit us up. Hit us up.
Hey, holla back.
That's right. All right, cool. So there it is. So reviewers, we appreciate you rocking with us on this extended episode. We had to get everything in. That's what happens on these 2 weeks. You want to make sure you got that good content to take with you. Also, look out for the new merch. Shout out to our friends at Trends Collab. More information coming on that. And of course, we ain't forgot the NFL.com motherfucking Savage League fantasy football information is coming on that. Almost time, baby.
It's coming. Everybody's been asking DM and asking y'all still having y'all football? Yeah, we still having it.
Yeah, right. Remember,
it's coming.
The JB, the prize remains the same. You win the league, you on the show. That's right.
Shout out, you know what I'm saying? You get the shout out, get on the show, talk your shit, and you know what I'm saying? Do your thing.
There it is. So more information coming on all of that. We will have the new merch up, JB and BennyBlueReview.com. Again, subscribe on all platforms. 5-star rate us on iTunes. We love it. We appreciate it. We will shout you out. And that's it.
Yeah.
Until next time, this is the JB and Benny Blue Review podcast. And we out this bitch.
We gonna holler.